Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am in my Sweet Kawaii Design functional planner and I'm using this kit from Sweet Kawaii Design called Father's Day 2021. So I don't think Tasia came out with a new updated kit for this year. I did have the previous 2 years. I let the boys use the one that was from 2020 and I decided to use this one. Normally I will use a monthly kit or a Kawaii kit, so I haven't been able to use a Father's Day kit yet. So this is my first one. I guess I should flip through. But I am putting these stickers down for next week, the week of Father's Day, and I was excited to be able to use some weekly kits, although I do like more white space, so when I use weekly kits I kind of use all of the white space, but that's okay. So I'm currently filming this right before this week starts, and we don't really have plans yet. Let's see, did I do this wrong? Okay. So this will be PJ's second week of summer break, and we're kind of still trying to figure out how our summer routine is gonna go. I wanted to do something. I'm such a routine person. I like to do the same things every day or every day of the week. Like, I don't stick to it like too crazy, but a lot of times I like to do laundry on Tuesdays, or certain chores. I like to keep those consistent, and I feel like my mind kind of wants to do the same thing with summer. I want to do certain activities every weekday, to do the same activities on those days. And I know it works well for my kids because at least for meals they enjoy having variety, but they like to know that Monday we're gonna have cereal and Tuesday we're gonna have well, it used to be that Tuesday would be waffles, but he wants waffles on Tuesday now, or sorry, he wants oatmeal on Tuesdays now. He wants waffles on Wednesday, so we agreed on the schedule change. But I kind of had the same idea for summer, like maybe we'll go to the park in the morning on one of the weekdays, like every week, so that I'm not going every day, but that it's something that the boys could look forward to, like, oh, it's this day and now we get to go to the park. Well, obviously I need to go early because it's gonna get really hot here, and I still haven't figured out the days of the week yet. So I tried to kind of ask the boys what they thought. Of course they just want to do the park every day. We're trying to negotiate what we could do, because obviously I think they need to spend as much time outside as as the cool morning allows. It gets pretty hot here and it's just gonna get worse once July hits, and then August is pretty bad. Probably won't be able to be outside too much, but okay, I'm just gonna check these boxes to make sure, because sometimes the kits and the pattern doesn't match, but I think this one does. Happy Father's Day is for Sunday. oh my gosh, I still haven't figured out what to get my husband. My husband hates celebrating things. He hates presents and all that, but he also allows me to do whatever I want in terms of gifts because he knows that the boys appreciate it. They like, you know, giving him things and seeing his reaction. So he's fine with it. He definitely does not like it. He does not. His birthday is like the worst. He just doesn't want anything. He doesn't want to do anything. So Father's Day is kind of the same, but I don't know. I still haven't. I think with PJ graduating or his last day of school, I was really trying to make his graduation special, and I just can't really focus on too many things at once. I just need to focus on a certain day, a certain goal, and try to make that happen all the way through before I can really focus on anything else. And I wanted to make gifts for his classmates, so that took a while because 31 students, and I just love do-it-yourself type of projects, so it just took a while. And I was like, I knew that Father's Day was coming, but I also know my husband doesn't like gifts, so I was trying to just think of something he would like to get, or some kind of craft that the boys could do. I kind of have an idea, but I don't know if I can accomplish it. It's hard because I don't like to order on Amazon because he always sees the orders on his phone. So I need to figure out something. I did order some. I always try to get father-son shirts, matching shirts, and I did order those, although I normally get them at Kohl's, but they didn't really have they didn't have as much of a selection as previous years. They had like one type of shirt, but they usually have different themes. You know, kids of different ages are just interested in different things. So like last year we got Mickey Mouse. The year before that it was Snoopy, and they didn't really have character themes. I wanted to get like some kind of video game theme because we just started introducing video games to the boys. And oh, this is so cute. That is my husband and the boys. I wonder if I should switch these. That'd be a lot of functional. I'm gonna put this at the bottom. I just hope I think the shirts are coming tomorrow. I can't remember which ones I got. We just introduced the boys to Mario Kart. So I wanted to get them Mario Kart shirts. I think I'm still gonna get them, but it's not very Father's Day theme. So maybe that'll be like a gift for him, Mario Kart shirt. So cute. both functional, so but I did ask my husband what he wanted for dinner that day. He already gave me his meal of choice, which is nice. I have that planned out, but other than that, I think last year I was doing preschool, so it was like part of my curriculum to have the boys make cards, and I feel like I need to do that this year. I need to pick something for the boys to make. I think this week, since I have a ton of stickers, I want to mix up the pattern a little. So this first day I'll just do the checklist at the top. But my husband and I are still trying to exercise and eat healthy, so normally I would make a bunch of his favorite snacks, but I feel like he's still gonna want to eat a bit healthier. His meal isn't, the meal he chose isn't super healthy, but I think I don't need to try to make everything that he loves, because it's just too much, I think, for one day. But I also usually will get him something small and then get him little snacks, like his favorite snacks and treats, but he really does not want that. He told me, don't get me those things. I'm not gonna eat them. I don't want to. He's very determined to be consistent, so I think just having the one meal that he wants is gonna be what he wants to do. Oh yeah, I have headers. Normally I can't use a bunch of headers, but I do for this. So I like having a header here. And what else? Where do I want my folds? I think I want it somewhere in the middle, because I don't want it, maybe like somewhere around here. I just don't want it at the bottom. I don't want it at the top. So maybe I'll put this here. And this one. All right, and then I have but I did try ordering some clothes for my trip to Hawaii, and that was also where I ordered the boys' shirts. And normally when I order from like Old Navy and Kohl's, it ships super quickly and I get it right away. But of course this time it's taken so long. I don't know why. I mean, I think just because I'm so anxious to get it, probably. But yeah, it's kind of it's been a bummer a little bit, because I just like to plan things out and know that things are, you know, going as planned. So I want to see what the items that I got look like, so I can see if I need to order anything else, or I mean, I guess the shirts shouldn't be a big deal, but But I mean, for my clothes for Hawaii, I think that's what I'm more nervous about, because I kind of decided I don't care what, I just take my clothes now, but it would be nice to kind of try to plan that out a little bit so that I can, once I have the packing planned for that trip and kind of our itinerary, then I can really start thinking about the birthday party. But I did plan the trip to be after Father's Day. I wanted just a couple of weeks of summer break. I didn't want PJ to be out of school and then I just leave right away. So I wanted some time to adjust to summer and then go on the trip, have some time to plan for the party. I think it was a great time for the scheduling, but maybe not vacation wise. I feel like it's probably a bad time to travel because everyone's traveling, but you know, it was the time that I could do with my husband. I didn't want my husband to have to worry about school, and you know, I've done the school schedule. I know I have my alarm set. I know when to take him and pick him up, and I just didn't want my husband watching them for a week and have to pick up that whole schedule also. So I wanted to wait until summer break. And, you know, obviously it would be nice to travel when not as many people are traveling, but unfortunately that's kind of what we have to do now. And I'm a little nervous to travel. I mean, I'll probably talk about this in the next functional plan with me when I'm actually planning the travel days, but yeah, I haven't been without the boys their whole lives. So the only time that I was apart from PJ, from PJ was when Benny was born. Had to stay in the hospital a couple nights. Actually, was it just one night? I think it was just one night. And that was really tough for me. I hate leaving him. And now it's like I hate leaving them. Even now, I rarely am apart from them. Like it's hard for me to ask my mom to babysit or any of that. I hate it. So I do feel a lot better knowing that my husband is going to be home. I think if my husband and I were going, I would probably be freaking out. I would probably not be doing well. Because I know that my husband can take care of them the way that I do, and we are, you know, we're on the same page with the parenting. So when you're letting someone else watch them, they just don't have the same, it's impossible to really know how to parent someone else's children, you know, and I just don't know if leaving them with anyone for longer than a couple hours, I would not feel comfortable with that. I don't know if I'll ever be able to do that. But for now, we're focusing on 1 week. Let's see. My husband doesn't really golf, but he's not opposed to it, I guess. While I'm gone, I did sign the boys up for, I'm trying to figure out if I want this down here. This is the only reason why I would maybe not, but it's kind of far enough apart maybe. And then up here, I think it's just too close to this. But I signed the boys up for a soccer class. I don't know, I just, they're not super, they like just playing anything. They're not super interested in any sport in particular. I think also just they don't have a lot of experience with playing, you know, with other kids in sports. So I wanted to get that started. Although ideally it would have been done by now. They would have been in sports, you know, as young as possible, but with COVID I just didn't feel comfortable, and even now I don't really feel too comfortable. But it's once a week and during the summer outside, and it's only a half hour, so I feel a bit better about it. We're starting with soccer, see how that goes. It's a soccer class, so it's not like a league or anything. And if PJ likes it, he can join a league for fall. But I really want to see what he thinks. And let's see. And I'm excited. I could have put PJ in the older class, but the timing of the classes are kind of close, but not super close. It's not like one of them would have, like PJ would have gone to his class and then Benny right after. It would have, like, they would have to wait an hour in between, or maybe even longer than that. So I just put them in the same class. They're at the same level. They both don't know that much about soccer, so I just put them in the same class. My husband doesn't think it's the best idea, potentially, but he said, it might be fine. I don't know. So we'll see how it goes. It's just a class, so I'm hoping they'll be okay in the same class. And then if they're both interested, they can be in their own leagues. They are 2 years apart, so they shouldn't necessarily be in the same team, but I'm hoping that being in this class will be okay. I feel like it's also kind of an introduction for us as parents, because we're not used to going, you know, taking the boys everywhere. I feel like I need to move this down. But they do start while I'm gone, and my husband was like, are you okay with that? You're gonna miss the first class. And I was like, yeah, as long as you take some pictures, I'll go with all the other ones, so I'm sure I'll be fine. I wouldn't want them not to do it just because I wasn't gonna be at the first class. I know PJ is interested in like basketball, but it's just interesting because the way he plays at home, he's not very team oriented yet. He is, you know, all about winning. That's all he cares about. He just wants to win. And that's something we're trying to work on. Like, video games is kind of part of that lesson where we say, did you have fun? You know, even if you lost, did you have fun? That's what's important. And he does not like that lesson. So should I put this one at the top? I don't want it to be super symmetrical with this side, but I feel like this is a good spot. I guess since we are talking about Father's Day, I will kind of get into the story. Last week, it was PJ's last week of kindergarten, but my husband's car actually got stolen, and it was very obviously unexpected and very inconvenient. You know, it's been some time now, but we just found out today that the car was actually totaled. My husband talked to CHP, or he talked to the police department, and then CHP called us later that evening. So he usually leaves at 3:30 to 4 in the morning, but this day he decided to sleep a little bit longer and left at 5:30, and it was just crazy. Like, he obviously was staring at the driveway like, where's my car? I don't get it. He said he was like looking down the road to see if he parked somewhere else, but they called us later that evening at 7 p.m. CHP, we met them to where the car was found. I do think that my husband put it on the Ring app, and I think putting it there was probably what had them find it so quickly, because someone was driving. Someone in the Ring app responded and said, oh, I saw your car. So I'm sure, we're assuming that they called and reported it. Put this here. They called and said, do you want to come meet us and pick it up? And we went, but my husband wasn't able to start the car. Initially, we're thinking we're just gonna take the car back home, and it felt kind of strange, but thankfully my sister was here and I was able to go with my husband so I could, you know, potentially drive my car back, but his car wouldn't start. And then he realized, like, well, kind of quickly, but he, you know, went to the back of his car and saw that it was pretty damaged on one side. The bumper was all messed up, but apparently, like, the engine looked messed up also, and it was just a strange feeling having a car taken from your driveway and then seeing it on the side of the road kind of damaged and not able to start. So we had to get that towed away. They were evaluating it these past several days, and we found out today that it is, oh, did I do this right? I guess I didn't check the colors all the way, but yeah, I'm gonna have to switch these two. These colors don't quite go, but that's okay. Just gonna see if I should switch these, but no, I can't really. Anyways, we found out today that the car was totaled, and so my husband's gonna be looking for a new car, and it all kind of was like you know, getting a car stolen is not a great thing, but I think overall it ended up being a really good, I think the timing just worked out in a way because we had just decided to fully pay off the car. My husband had, you know, I had just been asking him, like, why don't you just pay it off? You don't need to be making payments on the car. And for a while he was like, well, it's fine, you know, I'll just kind of use that to keep building credit. Finally, one of the times that I said, why don't you just pay off the car? Let's just get that payment out of the way, because I paid mine off and his interest rate was a lot worse than mine. So I was like, you should actually pay yours off. He finally was like, you know what, I'll do it. And the only way that the insurance covers this type of like or like a certain amount is if you fully own the car. So we had just paid it off fully, and now that insurance, part of the insurance is actually in our favor, or you know, if it had happened anytime before that, we wouldn't be getting full coverage on it. So so it was like little things like that kept adding up. Also, my husband was trying to sell his car in previous months, and he wasn't really able to get the price that he wanted the trade-in for. The reason he wanted to sell his car was because he drives to work, and he's been driving into work a lot. And of course, gas prices are going crazy. But we live an hour and a half from his work, so he drives at least 3 hours a day. And lately, it's been for at least 4 days a week. Normally, it would have been 2 days a week, you know, during slow times. But with all of the circumstances at work, he had to drive in almost every day. So you know, that kind of just made it it made him want to sell his car. I mean, he loves his car, but he just, you know, with the gas prices, it was like, this doesn't make sense anymore. I don't know. This isn't looking great. But I guess we were just able to see the positives, as scary as the whole situation is and horrible. You know, like, we really thought about how to tell PJ about it. Benny really didn't understand, but we were really thoughtful of like, how do we bring this up? And you know, we didn't necessarily want to just pretend like it didn't happen or nothing happened and just tell him, you know, my husband randomly has a different car because we got a rental. So we try to put it in terms of like, what would a 5-year-old understand, or you know, try to put it in a way that kind of makes sense to his world. Someone doing something, taking something that's yours without asking, without permission, and you know, the consequences that come with that, because that's something that happens with the boys all the time. They're always taking each other's toys, and we try to talk about, how does that feel when the other does it to you? And it's kind of like a constant talking lesson over here, so why not kind of put it in those terms. And this weekend we are going to start looking for a new car. So yeah, it's just been interesting week, I guess. It's been really strange. You know, everything kind of just was working out. Or at least so far, it seemed like it's working out because my husband was kind of having a hard time wanting to drive his car, like thinking about potentially having to drive his car again, and it just feels strange. Like my car was also searched through, like I guess they were looking for a key or something, and it felt strange to drive my car. Like it's just a violation, and just kind of scary. I think also just not knowing. Initially it was like we didn't know exactly what happened, but once the car was found, we could kind of guess that it was potentially just younger kids, or I don't know. I guess maybe it just helps us feel better, but potentially younger kids just trying to have fun and go on this fun ride, because they definitely went out to a road kind of like out in the middle of nowhere, but also just has this really straight, long, it's just a straight road, so they could just go as fast as they want, I guess. So, you know, that kind of helped, thinking of it that way. But I remember the first, I feel like our neighborhood is relatively safe, but the first week that we moved in here, our neighbor had their car, possibly the first night that we slept here, like the next morning or one of the first nights, our neighbor had their car window, like their car broken into, so there was glass all over the floor. And that was like one of the first nights here, and that was like, wait, I thought this neighborhood was safe. And since then it has been pretty safe until now, but we did install cameras and we do feel a bit better about everything. We have more security, but yeah, we will be getting, or my husband will be getting a new car soon, and hopefully it'll be good on gas. I mean, that's definitely a necessity for my husband's job. But let me zoom out. I am now done with this week almost. I mean, I didn't really decorate anything. I have these little icons that I will fill in as I need to. And then these larger stickers, I don't know. Maybe if I have like days where I don't have much going on, just put a sticker for my checklist. But let's see. But yeah, that is June 13th through the 19th, the week of Father's Day. I'm excited to finally use a Father's Day kit in this planner. I love all the full boxes, they're so cute. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.